No. Okay, they are slow. Instead of dangerous, they are actually slow. Uh, so no issue. They won't do anything. They don't have the energy. Okay, same as you guys. Okay, not everyone. Don't do anything, right? Don't do homework. Don't do modules. Same exactly. Okay. We will. Hello guys. Good evening. So today we are going to learn about algae. Okay. So yesterday class we learned about just the introduction, the classification of the plant kingdom, and how we classified and what are the important different types nutritionally, how it varies, and how the diversity is. Right. I didn't yesterday we failed to launch the YouTube live. Sorry for that. Okay. Uh, but from today, what we do, we will start learn about the different kinds of divisions. Okay. Yeah, algae. Yes, it is algae. Okay. So before we start the class, do you guys remember about the homework? This is algae. This is all works. Okay. And you guys know where algae name came from, right? Algae name came from the alga. Alga means what? Seaweed, right? Seaweed. Weed means unuseful plant. Okay, unuseful plant, or which plant available in rich, but those are unusable. Okay, there is not particular use in there. Okay. Yes. So we actually gave two homework yesterday, right? First thing is example for unicellular algae. Can you guys name anything? Unicellular algae examples. How many guys completed? Yes, correct. Chlamydomonas. Apart from chlamydomonas, anything else? Apart from chlamydomonas, any other examples? No. Yes, correct. So another one is sorry, I'm going for work. I'll write chlorella. It's better. Chlorella. Volworks will form the this one, colonial kind of the things. Yes, correct. Right. Major Chlamydomonas and chlorella are the best example for unicellular algae. We may again get confusion like this is protista or algae. Why we kept these eukaryotic unicellular organisms into kingdom? Sorry. Division algae. We will see all this in the next slide. Okay, I will explain why they kept it here, why they didn't kept it in the kingdom protista. Okay, and yeah, they are microscopic only. Okay, yes, another one, correct. Acetobularia. Okay, acetobularia is actually larger, or you can say largest uh, largest single-celled algae. Okay, it can grow up to several centimeters. Okay, it can grow up to several centimeters. Acetobularia, and this is also called as sometime umbrella algae. Okay, because it looks like umbrella. Acetobularia or somewhat like this. Okay, sorry. Somewhat like this. Okay. Okay, so just remember these things: Chlamydomonas, chlorella, and Acetobularia, which is largest single-celled algae. Okay, that's the first homework given. And the second homework given, the difference between a sloth bear and a sloth. Okay, I will come to that. Manvita. Okay, so you can see in the following slide. So this is the sloth bear. Okay, sloth bear, and this is the sloth. Yes, this is the sloth. This is what we are talking. Okay, this is the one which contain the algae as a symbiotic association. Okay, remember that one. We saw that picture also in yesterday class. And this is the distribution. Okay, this is the distribution, central or the Peruvian and Brazilian part of the South America. Okay, yes, sloths are very slow, really. Okay, they are very slow. So probably you guys already seen the sloth in different movies also, right? In Madagascar movie also you probably saw, and probably you also saw this in which movie? Another movie is there, right? Uh, I forgot the name. Okay, Sidhu the Sloth, right? Sidhu the Sloth in all those movies. So this is the sloth there, and this is the this is the sloth. Okay. Uh, Ha Chirant, that's the confusion. That's what I will explain in the next chapter. Okay. Ha you saw it in Jungle Book, National Geographic. Okay, so these are the two homework we completed in the, sorry, I gave you guys in yesterday class. I think you're sure about the things. Okay, book also they given sloth bear only. Okay, but correct it. It is sloth, not sloth bear. Okay, so before we going to start today's class, we have to go for some questions. Okay, pre-reading question. The first question came and it's easy. In evolution, first plants formed on earth. They are asking in evolution which is the first plant and formed on the earth. I'm launching the poll now. You can answer the poll. Okay, I launched the poll now. Algae, option A algae, B bryophyte, C pteridophyte, D dicot. Okay, what do you guys think? Why Huana? Why do you think like that? Yes, think. Yes, yes. In YouTube, any people? Ritika, hi. Yes. We have how many seconds left? Still, we have 20 seconds. One of the easy questions, right? You can simply answer it by thinking the background, what we gave yesterday, what we saw, that evolution chart, right? That's it. Right. Yeah, I'm ending the poll now. 78% only voted. What's happening here? Yes, I'm sharing the results. 68% chosen option A, 23% B, 3% C, and 6% D. Okay. Which we discuss on the basis of the questions are found. You can think like that also, right? Evolution, first organism or first plants they are asking. You have four options. You guys already know, right? Life came from the water. Life came from the water. From the water, it moved to the higher grounds. Right, higher grounds. You can think like that, or you can think in our order of arranging also. Right, we first discuss algae, next proteo, next pteridophyte, next gymno, and next angiforms. Is there any reason to study in that way? Yes, it's based on evolution. Remember, okay, the first organism came is algae. Later, all these things came. Okay, option A is correct. Okay, I'm going for the second question. Second question is also easy. Okay, we already discussed this in last classes, right? Study of algae is called as mycology. Oh, sorry, this is B. Okay, don't. 1 minute. I will make it as B. Yeah, A mycology, B botany, C algology, and D phycology. I'm launching the poll now. Okay, I relaunched the poll. Students who are in the YouTube class can answer in the YouTube live chat. Okay, so from that we will get the answer. And everyone is ideal. Nobody answered first question, guys. YouTube, especially YouTube. Okay. Yes, I'm getting a mixed kind of the answers here. Yeah, but we'll see. Harspurti, correct. Yes. How many seconds left? We left with 20 seconds. Yes, we have 20 seconds left. Psychology, Mohan, I'm not asking about all the other things. How psychology came, bro? Last 5 seconds. I'm ending the poll now and I'm sharing the results. Okay, 15% choose an option A, 8% B, 39% C, and 37% D. Okay, remember guys, there are certain things are important as we already discussed. What are those things? When the options came, first you have to see that do you guys know the answer or not. Okay, then you can directly choose. Sometimes direct questions will be there, right? Sometimes what happens, you will get confused, right? Then try to remove the wrong options. Okay, mycology, you guys know what is the study of mycology, sorry, which organism study is called mycology? We already discussed this, right, in the last chapter. Yeah, correct, right. It's a study of fungi. So you can directly say that, oh, this is not the answer. Botany is there. Okay, botany is also plant. Okay, here algology is there. Okay, it's similar to the algae, you can say. And phycology is there, and we learned about, correct, right, Manvita, that's absolutely correct. When we are studying the lichens, we actually use the term phycobiont, right? There you can remember that. Before that I told in protest also, right? So phycology, this is represent the study of algae. Then what about botany? Botany is about the study of plants. Okay. What about allergology? There is nothing called allergology. It's a wrong spelling. Okay. It's a wrong spelling. Then what's the correct spelling? The correct spelling is algology. Okay. Algology. You can use the term algology also for the phycology. Okay. But you can see here the complete, this one, what you can say, that the spelling is wrong, right? So which one you have to choose? The correct answer is option D, that is phycology. Okay, remember to make sure that you given the correct answer. Okay, so yeah, so try to think before you choose a particular answer. Okay, these are not the correct answers. So we will go for the studies. Okay, so first thing, or the what are the first thing we have to think about? Algae. Okay, so yesterday only we had discussed about where it will found. You guys already know that, right? Algae is found in marine water, it's also found in fresh water, and it's also present in the barks of the tree and the leaves of the tree. Okay, depending upon also the classified things. Okay, simple. Aquatic algae, okay, so terricolous, that's not needed. Okay, but majorly they present in the water, or where water rich is there. Okay, don't think that in all the barks the algae will grow. Algae will only grow in the rainy season, in the barks of the tree, or where moisture is retained throughout the year. If you go for a hill station, if you can simply think about hills, right? Either Nilgiri hills, or you can think about the Pune region, right? There are a lot of hills are there, right? Or you can go for this Western Ghat region of the Karnataka also. There actually you can find the algae most of the year duration. Okay, but if you go for some drier region of the Karnataka, or here Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, there you won't get the algae throughout the year, but only in the rainy season. Okay, so remember that. Then how the structure depends, or shape and the size varies. Okay, the shape and size varies from, if I go for some simple things, it starts from unicellular. Unicellular, you already know the example, to the multicellular. Okay, Rajasthan, it's like very difficult to grow, right? Unicellular to the multicellular. Someone is asking, when they given algology and phycology, which one we have to choose? That time you have to choose the phycology. Okay, remember, when there are two things are there. Someone messaged me also. Okay, that's really great. So someone texted, like, when they are giving naming and nomenclature, which one you have to choose? Okay, so when they are given naming and nomenclature, you have to choose nomenclature, not naming. What's the reason behind that? Naming only say that you have to name it. Okay, nomenclature word means that systematically you have to name it. Okay, exactly same condition. Algology you can use, but it's like a common term, but phycology is a more related term. Okay, you can use the term plant science. Okay, but we'll use the term botany also, right? But both of them is correct. Okay, yes, from unicellular to multicellular. Unicellular may be microscopic to the multicellularity. Okay, yesterday someone asked a question that's related to this only. Okay, so what we are thinking is, why we kept, 1 minute, yes, yes, why we kept these unicellular, okay, unicellular, eukaryotic organisms in plants. Why not in the protista? Okay, actually in book also, in one example, in the second chapter, they gave chlamydomonas for the example for the protista, right? But still we have the doubt. Why we kept it like this? Because of their life cycle. Okay, because of their life cycle. What is the meaning of life cycle then? Life cycle, we actually discussed about alternation of the generation, right? What happens in the alternation of generation? The diploid organism turn into a haploid organism, and haploid organism turn into a diploid organism, right? So those kind of the generation, the formation of the zygote, the formation of the different kinds of spore, those actually related to the life cycle. Complete life cycle is related to the higher plants. Okay, the life cycle is related to what? The life cycle is actually looks similar to the other plants. Okay, looks similar to the other plants. So that's why we kept these unicellular plants in this particular organism. Okay, so what about these are then what you can say particular one, right? Desmids and diatoms. Okay, someone asked the question. Diatoms and desmids, internet they given as algae, but is it algae or protista? You get the doubt. Okay, I told you in there only there are certain organisms are there. The people are still debating. Okay, some people kept in some other classification, some kept in some other. Okay, but for you guys, keep the diatoms and desmids in protista only. Okay, but when you go to the higher classes, some people actually took the diatom and desmid, kept in a separate group in algae called Bacillariophyceae. Okay, that's not need for you. Okay, so that's why. Okay, the confusion is there, but remember, when they mention diatoms and desmid, remember it's protista. If they given chlamydomonas or chlorella, remember that belongs to the where? That belongs to the here. Okay, in the algae. Okay, if they give spirulina or anabina, then where we have to kept? If spirulina and anabina gave, then where we have to kept? Anyone guess or do? Yes, correct, right? When they given anabina or this one particular one, right? Then what we have to do? You have to kept it in the kingdom Monera because they belongs to the a particular type of the cyanobacteria, right? Correct. But in plants they should have cellulosic cell wall. No, sir. Yes, correct. We that's why we didn't kept those kinds. What we told diatoms and desmids, we didn't kept it here. We kept it there. Okay. Nostoc is also cyanobacteria, right? So that's the major difference between, okay, so between that particular one. Okay, any more doubts? Somebody is asking this Volvox. Dinoflagellates also unicellular algae. That still kept it in that dilemma only. Okay, so where we have to kept it, that's still in that particular dilemmas only. Okay, somebody is asking is Volvox is unicellular or multicellular? Okay, these organisms actually transition between the unicellularity to the multicellularity. Okay, so we can't say exactly like that. These are, we can say that partial multicellular. Okay, these are partial multicellular. 1 minute, it's not good. Yes. Oh, okay. I didn't got this particular answer. Okay, so now I got it. Okay, these are actually transition between unicellularity and multicellularity. So it's like a transition stage, we can say, but they form a colonial structures. So sometimes we go for the a colonial only. Okay, we simply say that all works are colonial because you can see here, right? This is one colony. In that colony, another tiny colonies are there, and the number of colonies are restricted. Okay, after certain colony numbers in the different species, these will go out. Okay, they will form some other colonies. Sometimes they will form one colony. It's like an infinite, like one another one, another one, like it will form. Okay, that's also there. So these are some examples you can see from chlamydomonas and that unicellularity to the Ulothrix pyrogera. That means they are colonial, or they are some of them are branched or unbranched filamentous. These are called filamentous. Okay, they form a filament-like structure, right? Filament-like structure. Up to that kind also you can find it there. Okay, you can find it there. But is this restricted? I will explain, Mohan. Everything is colony only. Okay, everything is what you can see here is colony only. Okay, this is one colony. Within that there is another colony is there within, like this. Outer surface is also a colony, mother colony. This is mother colony, and all the smaller things are progenies. Okay, so we can start from a unicellularity. Okay, and we can go for calyps. So these are can grow for hundreds of meters. Okay, can grow for hundreds of meters. Okay, so the diversification is just, you can think from that much tiny to the how much large it is. Okay, Shashank is asking textbook chlamydomonas are put in protista. Okay, for that you keep it like that. Okay, and in check for the kingdom Plantae also if they given the chlamydomonas in anywhere. Okay, I will explain, Tanmay. Wait. Okay, when we complete these things, then you come to know all those things. Okay, because I can't tell now because this in the next slides. Okay, where these calyps are present? Calyps are normally present in the oceans. Okay, they grow in a very large group. Okay, and they sometimes struck the small boats also. Okay, that much twinkled all those things are. Okay, and this is a high diversified place because it contains lot of kinds of fishes and other organisms, because they give shelter. They can give a particular spot to lay eggs, and they also rescue the other organism from the predators, right? They can hide it in there. All those things are happen, right? So the length or the size may highly vary. That's really important. Okay, so we will go for this next slide. Okay, what is that? How the appearance will be? Yesterday only we discussed this. Appearance will be green or red, sometime blue, yellow, right? These colors are highly vary, right? Colors are highly vary, and these are mainly because of the pigments present in there. Different kinds of the pigments give different types of the color, right? And these also looks like a kind of things, a kind of layer which is present on the earth, or sometimes it can looks like a giant forest, like calyps make a giant forest. Okay, correct. Where it is found, the habitat. Habitat, we discussed that habitat will be either marine, right? They are marine. 1 minute, guys. Yeah. Yes, and they are freshwater also, and they can also found in brackish water, and they also found it in the tree trunks. Yes, okay, and in water rich areas and humid areas, everywhere it can find in most of those area. Some of them are also present inside some other plant, inside the plants. Okay, inside the plants. Okay, inside the plants also. So inside the plant means there are only few are there. Okay, there's a plant called Nitella. In that plant, within that plant these algae are present. Okay, so that's also there. Okay, and terrestrial land, you are asking. Yes, terrestrial algae are also there, but they only present in the water rich area, not everywhere. Okay, remember, if a algae is present on that particular rock or that particular soil, means the water is rich in there. Okay, without water we can't survive, right? Association, we already discussed this also. They have an association with the like fungi and form the lichens, right? Association with fungi, and it will form the lichen, and also have the association with the sloth, not sloth bear, I'm mentioning again. Okay, it also have association with the certain other kinds of the organisms or animals having shells. Okay, shelled organism. In some of the organisms actually grow the algae on their shells to camouflage. Okay, to camouflage. Same case in the sloth also, right? Why sloth will grow those things? Because it can camouflage from the predators, right? How, Venkat, we will see that. Okay, Yes, I'm going for the next slide. Okay, then question came. The question is, just read the question. Question is little long, right? Reasons for placing chlorella and chlamydomonas in kingdom Plantae rather in kingdom Protista. Okay, options are morphologically similar to the higher plants, anatomically similar to higher plants, life cycle is similar to plants, and they contain the chloroplast. Okay, I'm launching the poll now. You can answer in the poll, and who are in YouTube live can answer in the live chat. Okay. Yes. Why they kept in there? Okay. Yes. Just think, Darshan. Think once. We still have how many seconds? We have almost like 22 seconds. Yes, I got one answer from YouTube. Others also try. We already discussed this, right? Last how many seconds? Last 8 seconds. Still 71%. Yes, I'm ending the poll now. Correct, Swara, Jyoti, Rutuja, Shritika. Okay, here 6% chosen option A, 7% B, 60% C, 28% D. Okay, I'm stop sharing the result. Your answer is correct. Okay, some of you made wrong. They contain chloroplast. Yes, we know that. There's not the single character to choose them in the kingdom Plantae. The major reason is lifestyle is similar to the plants. Okay, lifestyle is similar to the plants rather than the presence of the chloroplast. Okay. Yes, life cycle means alternation of generation and all the things. Okay, life cycle means alternation of generation and how they are forming all those things. Okay, so we will go for the next one. Okay, so next one is should yes, reproduction algae. Okay, how the reproduction is happening, right? So majorly we will divide into three types. So you guys already know about the types, right? One is the vegetative reproduction, second one is the hi Amshuman, and the second one is the asexual type of reproduction, and another one is the sexual type. Okay. Mm, Sir, it is the only reason our chlamydomonas also have the cellulose. The major issue here we collected about the life cycle. Okay, sometimes what happens, the composition of this cellulose is varies. Okay, we will see that in the red algae. Red algae act like this one, our archaea, sorry, cyanobacteria of Monera. Okay, how cyanobacteria differs from the Monera, exactly red algae also differs from there. Okay, but we kept it all the things depending upon their life cycle nature. Okay, what is the difference between morphology and anatomy? Someone is asking. Okay, so morphology means study of external things and anatomy means study of the internal things. Okay, morphology outside, anatomy internal. Okay, yes, in reproduction we came in three types. You guys know about the difference between a fragmentation and a sexual reproduction, right? Fragmentation, what happens, that particular part only divide. It may be accidental or it may be due to some other reasons. Okay, you are going or you are running on some path and mistakenly you put your sorry you put your leg on that, or that's why it will cut into half. Then these form two separate plants, right? Plant A and plant B, it forms. This is kind of vegetative reproduction. That's called as fragmentation, right? Fragmentation. Okay, yes, it's also kind of asexual only. Okay, but how we are saying, Tejaswini, okay, listen. So what we are explaining about asexual then, in asexual reproduction, it forming some kinds of spores. Remember, okay, that's what I'm explaining. How we are differentiated a vegetative and asexual, why we can't say, okay, all are asexual only. Because in vegetative, there are no changes is occurring in the body. Remember, okay, no changes is occurring, but what's happening here, the thing is there, right? The particular organism is there that is cutting and forming the two organisms. Okay, but in sexual reproduction, what is happening? We will see that, Sachin. Okay, and in sexual reproduction, what is happening? sexual reproduction, it is forming kind of spores. What are those spores? It can form the zoospores. You already know about the meaning of zoospore. Zoo means animal, spores means reproductive structure. Then what's happening here? Zoospores are actually motile spores, right? Correct, Ananya. Right. Zoospores are motile spores. Oh, sometimes it stops working. Okay, when I'm writing, it's kind of irritating. Yeah, motile spores, and it can also spores find another type of spore that's called as aplanospores. Can anybody tell what is the meaning of aplanospores? We also studied this in the fungi, right? Can anybody see what? Correct, right, Sushma? Correct, Chandan, Ananya. So these are actually non-motile spores. These are actually looks like zoospores only, but the only difference is like they don't have any what you can say flagella. Okay, these don't have any flagella. These are actually non-motile kinds of the spores. Okay, remember. And in sexual reproduction, it happens by three methods. One is isogamy, anisogamy, and oogamy. What is iso? We discussed all about this, right? Iso means similar, right? And what is the meaning? Gamy means gametes, right? Gametes. How the gametes are? Gametes are similar in size. Okay, remember, I'm telling you once again, these are actually similar in size. Similar in size. It stopped working again. Similar in size. Remember, when I'm saying similar in size, I'm not mentioning that it's having a flagella or not. Why I didn't do that? Because these isogamous sometimes having same size and have flagella, sometimes these are similar but do not have the flagella. Okay, remember, this is A, this is B, think like that. Okay, this is A and this is B. Okay, so remember these isogamous gametes, isogamy, in that the gametes are same in the size, but there is no restriction that both of them should have the flagella. Sometimes they may have, sometimes they don't have. Okay. Yes, in conidia, spores are present in asexual. No, sir, they normally sporangiospores will be present. Okay, these spores and everything present from the sporangia rather than the this one. Okay, and anisogamous. Aniso means what? Aniso means dissimilar. Yes, correct, right. Dissimilar. What is the meaning of dissimilar? Here one is smaller and another one is little bit larger. Okay, remember here is also both of them may have flagella or both of them may not have the flagella. Okay, but difference is one is smaller and one is a little bit larger. Okay, third one is oogamous. Remember here one is very smaller, that's called as male or sperm. Okay, and another one is non-motile larger one, that is called as egg or female. Okay, egg or female. Remember, in oogamous also, don't think that all these things are there, right? The male parts, don't think that all of them are flagellated. Okay, sometimes you can find not flagellated ones also. So what we have to remember, in sexual reproduction we make three types of gametes. One is isogamous, and 1 minute, yes, which is more preferable to uh 1 minute, guys, it's not at all selecting. One is isogamous. Okay, another anisogamous, oogamous. Isogamous means similar in size, anisogamous in different in size, oogamous means one is larger and one other is smaller. Okay, so Manvita asking which is more preferable to oogamy, large female and small male, non-motile female and motile male. So in that you just remember, oogamy perfect definition will be a larger female gamete, okay, with a small male gamete. Okay, so and but when you mentioning it, mention like large female gamete, sorry, large non-motile gamete. Okay, yes, oogamy is also different in size, small males. It was asked in our TT. Okay, correct, right. So we have to go for that one. It's not majorly present in there only. Okay, conidiospores, conidia, it's just present in there, right? Algae, probably in lower algae, it may be present, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, lower algae, some infectious algae are there, probably, but I'm not sure about that. Okay. Okay, so these are the major times what we restricted here. Okay, so this is the kind of the reproduction, and when you watch it, you can simply think about how similar these things to the fungi, right? Because both of them originated from a common point, that is protista. Algae and lower level of the algae and fungi have certain similarities. Okay, certain similarities. Okay, which of them are flagellate? Juice spores are flagellate, and in these things, depending upon the organism, they may be flagellate or non-flagellate. So in anisogamy, does both are motile or not? I am telling you, the sexual reproduction gametes are depending upon the size, not depending upon the this one, what you can say, motile or non-motile. Remember, okay, not depending upon the locomotory organs. Okay, it's depending upon the size. Don't take tension about the size. In textbook only they given, right? In isogamy means they may be having flagella or they may not have the flagella, right? So flagella is just a character, but this is not an important character. Okay. So in isogamy, it must have two flagella. No, there is no restriction. That's what told you, Chirant. There is no restriction. It may have flagella or it may not have flagella. I'm writing it also. Okay. 1 minute. No flagella and having flagella. Okay. So simple. Don't take tension about flagella. Only take tension about the size. Okay. Pavan, I'm telling you same thing. Okay. In sexual reproduction, only concentrate about the size. Don't take tension about flagella. Flagella are not important. Okay. This is just a character about certain organism. I will simply state you. Okay. If I go for the chlorophyceae, you can find flagellated gametes. If I go for the rhodophyceae, you can't find any flagellated gametes, but still I can say oogamous. Okay. How I can say oogamous? Because one is larger, very larger, and one is very smaller. Okay, but both of them are non-motile only. Okay. Yeah. 1 minute, 1 minute. Correct, right? So that's the important thing. Remember about this. In asexual reproduction, simple. In asexual reproduction, juice spores have the motile spores, and aplanospores will be non-motile spores. Okay, simple. So we mentioned Jew means, that means these are actually this only, right? Yes, correct. So I will go for oogamy, not at all have flagella. Okay, not at all have flagella. So here you can see the structures. Okay, actually I forgot that this slide is there. That's why I came little late. Okay, so first one is the isogamy in Chlamydomonas. So how it will be? Chlamydomonas, they are taken a common example to explain this. Okay. Correct, Sneha. Oogamous means where actually oogamy is happening. Okay. So isogamy, you can see the size will be same. Okay, isogamy size is same size. Don't take tension about those flagella. Okay, anisogamy, it have the different size. Okay, different size. And what about here? Okay, what about here? Oogamous, one will be larger, one will be smaller. Okay, so remember this: a large non-motile, a larger, 1 minute. Okay. So one is the larger, yes, larger non-motile egg, you can say, or female, with that the another one male will be there. Okay. Tejaswini asking, give example of organism for sexual reproduction. When we go for the chlorophyceae, all these things, there I will give the example for the all the things. Okay, here it will be confusing for everything, right? You can say Chlamydomonas all works. So if you see all are forming gametes, that means they are sexual only, right? Does the these happens in same organism? Yes. So ha, Niruddha, that's what I'm telling, right? In oogamous, the female is larger only. Remember, it's way larger. Okay. Uh, ha. Yes, larger one female. That's what we discussed in last two classes, right? From the first chapter only, I am telling. Wherever we come across with the two gametes and one is larger and one is smaller, we always consider uh, larger as the female and smaller as the male. Okay, why we take like that? Because it's happen in the higher plants. We first brushed it in the higher plants. Pavan, same. And as again, uh, isn't there no placenta in Ugemi? Akshay, I don't know, guys. Where are you been? Okay, I'm telling the same thing again, and again. Remember, we are here talking about the size, not at all about the placella. Remember, don't take tension about the placella. Tension about the size. Okay, isogamous same size. Okay, anisogamous different size. Oogamous one is way larger. That's called egg. Another is the way smaller. Okay, so we will see that Dikshit later. Okay, so remember all these three can be present in a single organism like a chlamydomonas. Okay, chlamydomonas show all the three types of these things. Okay, but some organism can only show only one type of that. Okay, and remember another thing, the number of placella and having or not having placella is depending upon the subdivision and the species, not at all about the things. Okay. Venkat, what I have to do? Okay. Sir, in anisogamous, male can also be larger. No, I wrote down here, right? Larger non-motile egg. I wrote down here only. That's only called as female. Right. That's only I wrote down here. Larger one is the female and smaller one is the male. That's what I'm telling you guys. Okay. So that's comedy because I repeated like on 20 times. Right. Did you guys understand? Egg means female, Chetana. Correct. Okay. Did you guys have any doubt in isogamous, anisogamous? Uh, difference between anisogamy and oogamy. Manvita, remember, anisogamy, the size is different only. Okay. But this is not like way larger. But when you come to the oogamous, it will be egg will be or female gamete will be way larger, but this one will be way smaller. Okay. So that's the difference here. What happens, and remember, in anisogamy the gamete, these flagella may be present or not, but when come to the oogamy, I mentioned here, right, a large non-motile egg, the larger one will be always non-motile. Okay, correct. So if you understand that, click on yes, otherwise click on no, so I can repeat it once again. Okay, so do oogamy don't happen in it happens. Okay, but this picture is about the well box. Sir, in anisogamous, male can be larger. No. Okay. There actually, we can't differentiate male and female. In all the things, we can't differentiate male and female. We simply state them as male and female depending upon the size. Okay. Don't think that this is another thing. This is another thing. We only made this depending upon the size. Okay. Right. Always remember in gametes. Okay, in gametes, what we do, if it is large, then we consider this as the female. Okay, if it is small, then we consider it as the male. Why we have to do like this? Because we studied these things in the higher organism, like in humans. Human is also kind of oogamous type only. Okay, so in animals it's oogamous only majorly. Okay, and we studied the higher plants. Okay, there what happens? Pollen is very small, but the ovule is large. Okay, so we consider, okay, larger will be female and smaller will be male. Okay, when we started to study about smaller things, there we get confused. Okay, both are look similar, only difference in size. We can't differentiate which is male and which is female. Then what we have to do? Okay, then they went for this method. Okay, larger is female and smaller is the male. Okay, and remember, chlamydomonas show all three types of gamete formation. all three types of gamete formation. Manvita, one large and one small. Why not consider this as anisogamy, sir? These are dissimilar, no, sir. Yes, I'm telling you, right? In compared to here, just compare it. In oogamy, egg is way larger, okay, and never ever have flagella. And there are another one detail is also there. I want to mention it in the next. Okay, so if you want, guys, I will explain it. Okay, so this is just true or just assumption. It's just an assumption, Tejas, because in the very lower organism, you can't differentiate them as the male and female because both are same. Okay, they don't have separate character or any. How you differentiate one male and female? Because if they have an anther in plants, they are male. If they have just a stigma and all the things, they were female, right? But if there is no flower in that plant, then how can you say that that plant is male or female? You can't say it, right? Exactly same kind. Lower organisms, there are no separate structures. So we just assumption, make it as assumption. Okay. Which one I have to mention, Venkat? I didn't understand. I have to mention it, right? Yes, correct. This one. These are assumptions. Assumptions based on higher plants. Higher plants. Okay. So another one character is there. Okay, I will tell you. Okay, so that's better if I mention it here. When compared to anisogamous oogamous, these anisogamous will have less cytoplasm. Okay, less cytoplasm or less nutritive materials. Okay, nutritive materials. Okay, but these oogamous have high nutritive materials. Okay, high nutritive materials. That's also we consider. But these are very tiny details, so there's not major difference. Okay. This, I told you, right? We won't make any sex. Okay, here we don't make any difference like male and female. Isogamous, they are just a gametes. Okay. Yes, Tejas. Not every plant. If you take hibiscus, they are actually bisexual plant. Okay. But if you take old papaya trees, you can say some are actually male, some are female. If you take cucumber, if you know the cucumber plant, you know that some will produce some kind of flower, some will produce some different kind. Because in cucumber, some will be male and some will be female. Okay. So those kind of plants also there. Okay. And our regular bisexual plants also there. Most of the plants are bisexual because there is no need of searching for female plant, right? That's the reason. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Then guys, shall we move on? Shall we move on to the next slide? Okay. If you have any doubt, just mention it here only because these things will come like more than like 20-30 times in your complete 11th and 12th. Okay. Yes, that's a good sign. Let's go. Okay, Ritik. So I'm going for the next slide. So yes, a special features I have to mention. Okay, what are those special features? Normally what happens if there is any gamete is there, like one fusion is happened and they form any ovule or something, there will be outer jacket will be there. This jacket is actually protective in nature, where I am telling you this jacket is present in higher plants. Okay, higher plants from where to where? From bryophyte to continued. Okay, bryophyte to the last is what? Angiosperms. Okay, so always this ovule or egg. Yeah, 1 minute. Yes, it's saving the document. I can write now. Yes, this egg is actually covered by a jacket. Okay, but in here when you come to these algae, these are jacketless. That means no coverings are there. Okay, no covering are there. That means it's just simply like this. Just imagine this is the plant and those egg will be present like this only without forming any outer jackets. Okay, without forming any outer jacket. So you are telling what's the difference then? How can we see that? Okay, the difference it makes is these are lower level of organisms, right? They simply form the egg. But later they understood that if they open it like that, it may damaged. Okay, So later in the evolution, they started to form a jacket around it to protect that particular egg. Okay, that evolution wise, the jacket formation happened after the algae. That means started from the these bryophyte. Okay, and very few of the algae. Okay, very like on 3 or 4 examples I can give. Okay, it is negative point. Ha, right. It's a negative point. That means its evolution is starting point, right? So it do not have any jacket. So that is the special features with related to the what? With related to the reproduction of that particular. Okay. So 1 minute. With related to what? That related to the reproduction. Okay, reproduction. It don't have any jacket, outer jacket. Okay. Hi, you can jacket is similar to the bracket or calyx you guys are asking. Jacket is like a outer layer. Okay. So I can't say it's a calyx Tejaswini because calyx is a outer structure. So what I'm telling you is inner to that particular ovule. Okay. When come to the morphology, I will show you. Okay. So in morphology, what happens in plants? It will be like this. In this particular structure, you can find that embryo sac, all those things. Okay, like this is outer jacket. We will see we will say, we will use a different term there. Okay, don't tension. So in bryophyte we will see that. Okay, but these are similar to the outer coverings, but these are not related to the calyx. Okay, jacket is like a bracket. You can put it bracket like a bracket, same exactly kind. It's protect, these brackets are protecting a, exactly same kind. This jacket is protecting this particular egg, but in algae there is no jackets are present, and these are embryoless. What is embryoless then? Embryoless means what? It do not form any embryo, do not form embryo. Okay, what is embryo then? Can anybody answer what is embryo? Yes, what is embryo? Can anybody answer? Meaning of embryo. We normally use different terms, right? We will use the term embryo and we will also use the term fetus, right? There are differences there or not? Yes, differences there. Okay, yes. When zygote is formed, later zygote is actually, remember, zygote is always single cell. Okay, zygote is single cell. Always remember this. Okay, zygote is single cell. These zygote will differentiate. Yes, correct. Differentiate and form what it will form? It will form a multicellular structure. Correct. Multicellular structure. That multicellular structure, I'm hating this. Okay, multicellular structure. This multicellular structure is called embryo. Okay, embryo. Unborn offspring in the process of development. Prajwal saying, you can say like that. But first stage is embryo. Okay, in the higher stages we call it as the fetus. Okay, we don't use the term embryo. After like 3 months, we will use the term fetus in humans. Okay, but here we will use the term embryo in the starting phase. But remember, these things do not forming any embryos. Okay, so what is the reason for that? So why it is not forming the embryo? Yeah, correct. Why it is not forming like that? We will see that. Okay, these special features we can find other than algae. Okay, other than algae we can find the jackets, we can find the embryos, all the things. Okay, so when come to the life cycle, we will get that. Okay, correct, Chandan, right? Yes, when we come to the life cycle, we will understand that. Okay, what is happening here? Okay, you guys already know about haploid and diploid, right? We already discussed about the things. Who already don't know the things, I will simply explain it to you. If the chromosome is present in like this in a pair, then we call it as the diploid. If it is present in single, then we call it as the haploid. Haploid is present in gametes. That means if you can take example of egg, sperm. Okay, so or gametes, we call it as gametes, right? Or present in the gametophyte or gamete producing type of the organism. But when come to the diploid, which is present in the spores or which is present in the sporophyte and in our body cells also. Okay, remember. So I'm just rubbing it. You guys know that diploid means a pair and haploid means a single. Okay, so I'm rubbing it because we already I need little space here. Okay, so what is happening here? We will see these algae. Okay, most of the algae are actually haploid in nature. Okay, haploid in nature. Again, it stopped saving the document. Okay, these are actually how it is, haploid in nature. What is the meaning of haploid in nature? That means have the single chromosome they have. Okay, okay, here we take organism A, here we take organism B, and both of them are haploid. We think like that. Okay, correct, correct. uh, think that they produce the gamete. By which process they will produce the gametes? Haploid is there and they are producing the gametes. So which process? It is mitosis or meiosis? There will be problems. It's like, don't know, Venkat. Chandan, guys, think. It is haploid in nature and is producing haploid gamete. Which one it is? Correct. Okay. We told you that also, right? I will write it here in a small letters. Okay. It's again not working. Yeah. So mitosis means what? Same as parent. Same as parent, remember. Okay. But what about meiosis? Meiosis, half of parent. Half of parent. What is half? What is same as parent? The chromosome number. Okay. Chromosome number, or I can simply say ploidy. Okay. Ploidy. NO dot means number. Okay. Chromosome number or ploidy. Okay. So here you can see N to N it's coming, right? So then is the mitosis process. Okay. Here it's a mitosis. Here is a mitosis process because it's giving the same thing. Okay. So it produced gametes here, right? Gametes here. These gametes can't form the whole structure. Okay, these gametes can't form the whole structure. It have to merge or it have to fuse. Okay, okay. Fusion is happening here in this particular point. Okay, we can consider that one. Okay, fusion is happening here. Then what happens? This fusion, I'm not irritated. Yes. This fusion will give rise to what? Will give rise to a zygote. Okay, will give rise to zygote. But it's red. What happened here? N plus N happened to the 2N. Okay, N plus N happened to the 2N. So it's a tougher thing now. Why it is tougher thing? Because it have two set of chromosome, but what should have? A progeny should look like the father, right? What you are thinking like? Our father and mother is having is there and they are having 2 legs and 2 hands, and we came here. What happens if we have 4 legs and 4 hands? And what happens to our daughters and sons? They will have 8 legs and 8 hands, right? So this is complex, right? They can't do like that. So they are diploid in nature, but they should look like their father or their mother, or you can simply say they should look like their parents, right? Then they will think, okay, they not actually think, but we can understood like that. What we have to do? They have one option. They can't divide by the process of mitosis, because if they divide by the process of mitosis, they will be different than their parents. Then what they can do? Which process they have to opt? Do you guys correct, right? They can go for the meiosis process. They solve this doubt. What it will do? This will go through the process of meiosis. What happens after the end of the meiosis? It will form 4 cells. Okay, it will form 4 cells. All of them are haploid in nature. Okay, all of them are haploid in nature. These haploid cells will give rise to new progeny. These are actually new progeny. Okay, and where it is happening, this meiosis happening in zygote, right? That's why we call it as zygotic meiosis. Okay, what is? Yes, most of the algae. Yeah, who is asking? Vidya, most of the algae are following a haplodiploidic life cycle. So most of them are actually in the gametophytic phase. Okay, sporophytic phase will be very tiny. Okay, major, I'm telling you, the gametophytic phase is major here. So once we complete these things, they will go for the life cycle. There you will understand very easily. Okay. So Sir, before directly spores, the sporophytes formed. No, sir, correct. Sporophytes are there. I left it to all those parts. I'm just mentioning here why what is happening here. How 2n can give rise to 4n? For now, you guys simply think like it's happening like this, okay? Because there's a long story is there, okay? So you just simply think like new progeny is coming and new progeny is n in number, okay? Because how we have to go for their reproduction, like how the DNA is dividing all those things, okay? So why 4 not more or less? Because it divide in that kind of the process. I will explain simply. Okay, just try to understand. The chromosome will be like this in the starting. Okay, chromosome will be like this in the starting. Okay, it's a diploid, right? But what happens before they go for the meiosis? They will replicate. Okay, uh, why it's not working? Yes, it will replicate. Okay, after replication, what happens? These will form like this. Again and again, it's stuck working. Okay, I don't know why. Yes, yes, 2n. It looks like this. Okay, it looks like this because it's replicated. Later, what happens? This will divide and give rise to like this. In each cell. Okay, in each cell. That's why the 4n came, and that's why only 4 will come. Okay, that's why only 4 will come. Yes. Sir, is zygote sporophytic? No, actually. Okay. What you are finding here, actually, zygote stage is there, right? This should give rise to a sporophytic phase, but it's not happen in all the algae. Okay. If these produce the spores, then I can say that it's a sporophyte. But these are not at all dividing. From zygote, these are directly go for the zygotic meiosis. That's why I can't say it's a sporophyte. Okay. So because of this life cycle, this produce a new progeny, and already someone told that, as you are absolutely correct, there is no ovary is present, there is no jacket or the confined space is present. Because of these two characters, these are embryoless. Okay, these are embryoless because of these two characters. One is by the process of zygotic meiosis, another process, these do not have any ovary. Okay, and understood. Yes. So any other doubts, guys, regarding this life cycle? We will see that again. Okay, once we complete bryophyte, pteridophyte, all the things, we will come back to this types of life cycle. There you will understand easily. Is there DNA are self-replicating? Yes, Mohan. DNA are self-replicating. Okay. Yes. Shall we move on to the next? Again, if you think we can move on, click on yes, otherwise click on no. I will know that. Okay. Sir, they do mitosis and again meiosis. Why they do not produce Sir, they do mitosis and again meiosis. Why they do not produce directly? Okay. Your question is good. I will tell you. Okay. So they can directly go for the meiosis. They can't go for the meiosis here. And remember, this is kind of the sexual stage. It needs this stage because if that is stage is happening, then the characters will mingle, characters will fuse, then they can get more and more kinds of the things. Okay, yes, that's the reason why they are going for sexual kind of the reproduction. When they directly for asexual reproduction, they can directly form, right? But still, why they are doing? Because of that reason. Okay, so when sexual reproduction happens, sexual reproduction gives rise to the variations. We will see that in later classes. But remember, you can simply think about two different kinds of cow, right? You have think like one our country cow is there. One is like very very exotic kind of the cow is there. Okay, you can't grow the exotic cow in your area directly because those are actually susceptible to this area. If you take HF, Jersey, all those cows are there, right? You can't simply take them and bring it to here your part because they will die of this changing in environment. Okay, but you can't this one your rare cattle or your indigenous cattle is there, right? But they are giving less milk, right? So what you guys do, you cross them and you will get the intermediate one. They actually survive in your environment also, and they can give the more milk also, right? Exactly same kind. Sexual reproduction give the variation, which actually helpful in understanding or with going through the process of the nature. Okay, yeah, just CHF, correct, right? Correct. So we will go for the next process. Okay, it's again stuck. Yes, I'm going for the next process or the next slide. Okay, so one question came, only algae in the following option to show all the three types of gamete formation. They are asking all the three types of gamete formation, which algae will show. Options: Selaginella, Chlamydomonas, Chlorella, and Volvox. I am launching the poll now. Okay, I'm launching the poll. You can answer in the poll, and YouTube students who are watching in the YouTube can answer in YouTube chat, so I can get it from there. Okay. Yes, having cut. Correct. Yes. How many seconds left? We still have 30 seconds. Who are not answered? Still 50%, like almost like 70 people have to vote. And I don't know, some people are missing from the class. I don't know which school or who are missing. Okay, we'll see. Yes, nice. Only 3 persons are voted in YouTube. What about other guys? Yes, last 2 seconds. I'm closing. 8% chosen option A, 75% chosen option B, 11% C, and 7% D. I'm stop sharing the result. And here Swara, Jyoti, Maulik, yes, you guys are correct also, absolutely correct, right? We can directly go for the answer. Only algae showing all the three types of gamete formation is Chlamydomonas. Okay, option B is correct. Selaginella is not at all algae. Okay, option yeah, Chlamydomonas. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, I just simply mistake. Yeah, I missed the L. I didn't saw that time. Yes, correct. Not Chlorella, not Volvax. Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, one is L is missed. We'll go for the next one. Okay. Yes. What's the use of algae? Major use of the algae is the CO2 fixation. They actually help for more than 50% of CO2 fixation in the world, or sorry, in the earth. Okay. So they are the major components or major along with the cyanobacteria. Okay. Don't think that I'm letting them down. Okay. Along with the cyanobacteria, algae is worked as the major producer of CO2 fixation and oxygen releaser. Okay. Yes, and they act as a primary producer in the lake ecosystem. Okay, from the you can simply think about these food systems. Okay, how the food chain is happening here. So here you can find the algae. From there, how many organisms are surviving? Okay, if there is no algae, all the other first consumers, second consumers, all those will die. Okay, all the consumers and predators will die. Okay, yes, producers in larger scale. And another major thing is, if you cut down a tree, it takes another several years to grow. Okay, but in algae or in lower organisms, what happens? In hundreds of the organisms, if you take out 50 of the organisms, within few hours or within few days, the numbers will be again come to the normal. Okay, this is the major thing happens. Okay, especially in the ocean and lake ecosystem, crores of algae are consumed by these predators. Okay, consumers. So the primary producers, that's also very important. Okay, Shushma, you raised your hand. Most common sexual reproduction in Chlamydomonas. We can't normally see like that. It's present. All the three types are present. Okay, but when we compare that, isogamous will be present in a common way. Okay. Tejas, that's also there. Okay. Yes, we are going for the next slide. What are the other types of the help? which are presenting by the use of algae, these are also used as the food and also for the fodder. Fodder means food for the domestic animals. Okay, some of the examples are Porphyra, Laminaria, Sargassum. Okay, some of them are red algae, some of them are brown algae, and all those. You can also take example of the chlorella also. Okay, chlorella is also help in that. These are used in the food, right? These are used in the food and the fodder system. And some of them are also rich in the protein materials, and they are having some other materials also. Okay, like Gelidium and Gracilaria. This actually help in production of the agar. What are agar? Agar is actually a phycohydrant, or you can say that so these actually help in the jelly formation. Okay, agar used in the jelly formation. Okay, we will extensively used in molecular biology and also in the food. So what you are seeing or what you are eating jelly, right? Those are made up of those agar, which is in turn extracted from the Gelidium and Gracilaria kind of the algae. Okay, and you can also find it in this. Yes, he also used it in the tissue culture technique. Okay, tissue culture technique. Tissue culture means production of the plants in the lab condition. Okay, and also in the other kinds of the culture, bacterial and fungal culture. Okay, so then all humans are non-veg. Tejas, Gelidium and Gracilaria, we are studying it under the kingdom Plantae, bro. Don't confusing it. Okay, these are plants only, right? So reproduction. Ha, that's also there, Mohan. Correct. Okay. So these are plants. Okay. Don't say that these are non-veg. Okay. So agar is the major product. Okay, and it's costly also depending upon the quality. Okay. So don't think that all the agar are same. Food grade agar and tissue culture agar are different. Okay. And this also there are some other materials. Okay. Ha, Pawan, you can say that one. Algin is obtained from brown algae. It acts like a glue, okay, in several paper and textile industry. And there are some other molecules like carrageen is also there, okay. This carrageen is also used in industrial process, okay, especially in the alcohol industry. Okay, alcohol industry. Why we use the in alcohol industry? When you extract those alcohol, it has certain smell also, certain color also. Okay, so we have to clean those alcohol. To cleaning of those alcohol, we will use this carrageen. Okay, yes, that's the important character for this particular one. Okay, carrageen. So as a food supplement, I'm mentioning it here again. That's chlorella. Chlorella is rich in protein and used by the different areas. Okay, from the regular protein supplement to the used as a food in the space also. Okay, so why I didn't mention about this spirulina? Can anybody answer? Agar is not the scientific name, Varsha. It's just the name of that particular compound. Okay, I will explain, Akshay. Okay, so why I didn't mention about this thing? Yes, uh, correct, right. Spirulina belongs to the cyanobacteria. Spirulina belongs to cyanobacteria. That's why I didn't mention it. Chlorella, I'm mentioning here is also used in protein and used in space travelers. Okay, used by the space travelers. Someone is asking a question about this agar. Okay, why agar is called as hydrocolloids? Okay, why agar is called as hydrocolloids? So this is called as hydrocolloids, and this is also called as phycocolloids. Okay, why it is phycocolloids? Why it is called like that? Because as name suggests, that happens, Aniruddha. That's why I told you. Okay, because it collides the water molecules. Okay, this holds the water molecule. What you are seeing here, this jelly is not completely made up of the agar. What we do, we take the agar powder and we mix it with the water and we give a little bit of heat. Okay, after a little bit of the heat, we will let it cool down. Okay, when it's cooled down, it will become a jelly. Okay, a colloidal nature. It show a colliding nature. Okay, so we call it as the hydrocolloids, water holding kind of the chemicals or phycocolloids, the colloids which is obtained from the algae. Okay, so that's the major reason for we will use it in all these things. Okay, yes, I'm going for the next slide. Sir, chlorella gamete formation, we will see that when we go for the chlorophyce. Don't take tension. Okay, when we go for that, we will study it again. Okay, agar agar is obtained from, agar agar is obtained from, the question is, okay, green algae, red algae, gelidium, marine algae. Okay, I'm launching the poll, I'm relaunching the poll. Ha, Venkat has started a reel. Ha, so Amrita, check. Okay, so in this type of the question, what happens? So you have to think about all the options. Don't think like, okay, this is the answer I am going. Don't think like that. The answer may be different than what you are thinking. Varsha, really? Yes, you are correct, but I'm not saying you're absolutely correct. Oh, like that. Huh. Yes, here also so many guys in YouTube also answering. I will tell, is it correct or not in few seconds. So how many seconds left? We left with almost 10 seconds. Okay. Yes. Last 5 seconds. Guys, answer quickly. Only 78%. Yes, I'm ending the poll now. Okay. And I'm sharing the results. 10% chosen option A, 15% B, 66% C, and 9% D. Here is also all of them in the YouTube answered correctly. Okay. So we will see what's the correct answer. Agar agar is obtained from not the green algae. Everyone know that. Is it from red algae? Yes, correct. Is it from a marine algae? Yes, it's marine algae only. Is it from the gelidium? Yes, it's from gelidium. Then we get the confusion. Okay. Then you have to go for the priority. I added this question to teach you how to go for the priority. Okay. So marine algae is a abstract term. Okay. This is have to given for the third priority. Okay. In marine algae, which algae? Red algae. Okay. But they are not specifically saying which algae. So you have to give for second priority. First priority is that particular name. That is the first priority. That means this is a particular organism, right? Yes, gelidium belongs to red algae. That red algae is present in marine only. But you have to go for specific answer. That is option C. Option C is correct. Okay, remember, try to answer in this way. Give priority for the options and choose the option which have the higher priority. Okay, there are other than gelidium in marine and correct, right? Correct. That's also there. If there is no gelidium option, then you could have went for the red algae. If there is no red algae option is also there, then you could have went for the marine algae. So remember this, that. Okay. So we are going for the next slide. In the next slide, we are talking about different classes of algae. Okay, we differentiate into three major types. If you go for a little bit depth, you can find some other types also. Okay, don't take tension about this. But in our syllabus and in major way, we divide into only three types. Chlorophyce, that means having green algae, looks like green. Okay, this looks like green algae. And phaeophyce, those looks brown. Okay, little bit what we can say, yellowish brown kind of the color. Okay, and there are rhodophyce, those are red algae. Remember, red algae is the major group. When we went there, then you can see that red algae don't mean that all the algae are red. Okay, some of the members of red algae blue in color also. Some of the members are actually yellowish orange color also. Okay, it changes. Okay, color changes in red algae. Chlorophyce, no issue, and here is also phaeophyce, a little bit issue. Okay, yellowish to brown. But when come to the rhodophyce, the color schemes are little bit different. Okay, we will see why it's happening, how it's happening, what are the mechanism behind that, all those things. Okay, so yes, we will go for the first one. Okay, before we going to study about all the other things. First one is the chlorophyce, that means green algae. Here you can see, right? There are different types of algae are there. From green algae, the very important thing you have to remember is they are completely, most of them are freshwater. Okay, most of them are freshwater. Very few are belongs to the marine water. Okay, so you can remember that one, right? Class of algae are like time. No, you have to tell that. That's the homework. What is the algae? Chlorophyce, Phaeophyce, and Rhodophyce. Is it a division, or is it class, or is it order? You have to tell in tomorrow. Okay, because we saw that yesterday. I think you guys remember about this. Yeah, and most of fish, few are marine. That's their habitat. Okay, their habitat is like that. Okay, so we will go for the next slide. So there you can see about the different characters. Okay, it's taking a little bit time. So they are unicellular and colonial and filamentous, maybe multicellular. Okay, yes. No, Pawan, just check once. Okay, no, Venkat, just check yesterday class. Okay, these are unicellular and some of them are colony. Unicellular means only one is present. Colonial means what? They are in a group. Remember, these are not multicellular. Okay, maybe multicellular, may not be multicellular. Okay, that depends. Colonial means simply they are present in a colony of peoples, we will say, right? Like that. Individual may form a group. What is the meaning of filamentous? Filamentous means form a filament like this. Okay, those cells form a filament like this. Or multicellular. Okay, multicellular means if I write like this, something like this, then it's a multicellular. The shapes may change like here to here. Okay, and remember one thing, in the three different of algae, only chlorophyce members have unicellular algae. Okay, only chlorophyce members have. Correct. So many guys answered now only, right? Only chlorophyce have unicellular organisms. Others normally have the multicellular organisms. Okay, colonial, some of them filamentous have, but majorly multicellular. But chlorophyce starts from the unicellularity only. Okay, and what is the reason for the green color? Because of presence of chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and beta carotene in that majorly of the chlorophyll A, which is one giving the green color. Okay, green color is majorly because of the chlorophyll pigment. Okay, because you know that beta carotene will give us orangish yellow color. Okay, orangish yellow color, orange yellow color, orange yellow. We won't say orange, we won't say yellow. Okay, we say it orange yellow. You can see about carrot, you know that, right? Yes, correct. So the green color is from because of chlorophyll pigment, and there are also some beta carotene present is there, but that will be very small quantity. Okay, can you say why chlorophyll looks green in color according to you guys? Okay, yes, chlorophyll, because of chlorophyll plants look green in color. Why is it like that? What's happening? Which process is happening which makes it looks like that? Yes, it's a pigment, chlorophyll, we know that. What is the process which, go for little physics? Okay, go for little physics. Why it's happening like that? Why it's happening like that? Reflection of what? Don't go for all those things. uh, think that Vishal sir is asking the question. Okay, Vishal sir is asking the question, then what is your answer? Okay, release oxygen, who and how it's related? Gagandeep, why are you raised your hand? You have any question? Sunlight and so, oh yes, reflect, almost correct. They, correct, right? Exactly. Okay, because it's why it's happening like that. This chlorophyll is absorbing, you know, the spectrum, right? You know the spectrum of the light. Vibgyor. Yes, it's not again stopped working. Yes, we'll see that. It's you know the Vibgyor, right? Vibgyor, you know the Vibgyor. Okay, so what's happening? Absorption is happening in this region and this region. Absorption is not happening in this region. So what is happening? This green color is reflecting back, right? It's reflecting back. That's why it looks green in color, right? Yes, reflection of green color from the right. In that particular wavelength, green is reflecting. Other wavelength regions are actually absorbing, right? Absorption is happening in the other wavelength. Green is reflecting, not absorbing, so it looks green in color. Okay, that's the basic reason why my shirt is looks white, and why this screen is looks black, all those things, right? Probably you guys already know about that. Okay, and just think about it and read it once again, okay, one more time about these things, and come back to the next class. We will learn about the other things. Okay, yeah. Why? We will see that. Okay, we will see that. So we will end the class for today in here only because it's almost time. We will have last 10 minutes for the doubt solving. Okay, I launched the NPS for the Zoom fellows. Answer the poll and you can go out of the class. If you have any doubt, you can ask in here. But before going out of the class, remember the homework. Okay, homework. What is the homework? Just read about why about this wavelength, the different wavelengths, and what is the wavelength of those colors, and how it's happening, how plants looks green. Okay, and also checked about the chlorophyll. These are class order or what, and start solving the module questions. Okay, start solving the module questions. I send them. I already sent a module for the last chapter. In that module only, you can also find the third chapter also. Okay. Yes. While hi Chandana. So please life cycle now. Okay, Ananya. I will go back to this. Okay. 1 second. So how to memorize all the names in biology? By using it again and again. Okay. Sir, I don't understand mitosis again in meiosis, why they do not produce directly. Okay, Anuradha, I will tell you. Okay. I will take another one. Thank you. Bye. I will explain the process mitosis and meiosis in a short way. Okay. Whoever who want to, and whoever in YouTube also, if you guys have any doubt, just ask now. Okay. Mitosis and meiosis. Okay. Mitosis is equational division. Okay. Equational division. But meiosis, we call it as the reductional division. Okay. Reductional division. So what is the difference then? In mitosis, cell will be, if cell think that it's a 2n, that means having diploid nature like this chromosome, then it will produce two cells. It produces two cells, and both of them will be in the same nature. Okay, how this comes, don't take tension about it. 2n only. If the cell started from the n, okay, like this, then the daughter cells which are coming is also n in nature. Okay, n. Okay, what happens in meiosis then? In meiosis, if this in the 2n condition, that means like this, what it will be undergo? It divide itself and form chromosomes like this. Okay, so still it's 2n only because it's not divided, and it forms the 4 gametes. Okay, 4 gametes. In each gamete have the only one set of chromosome. Okay, only one set of chromosome. That means all of them are n. Okay. Yes, mitosis is similar to the fission. Okay, back to regular fission. Okay, the only difference is mitosis is consistent, but fission is not consistent. Okay, mitosis, fission, meiosis, no fusion, Chandan. Okay. Mohan, halophytes means you know that, right? Salty area. So this is the mitosis and this is mitosis. That's why it's called as reductional, because here 2n to the n is happening, reduction happening. Here n to the n or 2n to the 2n. Okay, so scenario 1, I'm mentioning scenario 1, scenario 2. Okay, but remember, meiosis not happens in a haploid cells because it can't go anywhere else, right? Correct, Pawan. Okay, so I'm going back again. So here what is happening? Ananya, don't take tension about gametophytic, sporophytic. Mitosis, meiosis, just understand in that way only. Then we go for the any other methods. Okay, any other methods. So where it happens, we will see that later. Just understand mitosis and meiosis in a basic way. It can present in any way, think like that. Okay. So here you can see one will be 1 minute. I'm just checking the timings. Last 2 minutes. Okay. Think that there are two plants are there, two algae, and they have the haploid nature. Okay. Think they are gametophyte. You know that haploid means gametophytes only. Okay. And they produce the gametes. So gametes are always haploid in nature. They can't divide. They can't make 2n also. So they are going for the mitosis and they are producing the gametes. Remember, it can't go for the meiosis process because just you can see here, right? 2n become n, no issue, but only this much is present. How much it can happen? This can only for this. This is not possible, right? The haploid organisms can't go for the meiosis. That's why what they do, they will go for the process of mitosis and produce the gametes. These gametes, there is no other way, because these are gametes. Gametes means these are specialized cells. Okay, these are not body cells. Remember, your sperm cell is not exactly like our body cell. Okay, sperm cell and body cells are different, right? Egg cell, body cells are different, because egg cell or sperm cells are actually gametes. Their shape will be different, their composition will be different. Okay, so because of that, these gametes can't form the what you can say complete plant body, but these can fuse. Okay, so these will fuse and form the zygote, but zygote is 2n, but regular our parent is n in there. Okay, so it have to go for some process to reduce its chromosome number from 2n to the n. So they will go for the meiosis process. After the meiosis, what happens? They will get 4 haploid structures. So these are exactly look like the parents. So these haploid structures can give rise to the progeny. Okay, this meiosis happening in zygote, that's why we call this as the zygotic meiosis. Okay, so why this life cycle have to go in this way? Because those parents are haploid in nature, that's why it's going in this nature. Are you asking, is there any sporophytic stage? In this particular life cycle, there is no sporophytic phase. These are completely restricted, I can say, because sporophytic phase have multicellular, this one, diploid stages, but here only zygote is the diploid stage. So I can't say that sporophytic is dominant. Okay. They do mitosis themselves. Themselves only? Themselves mean? I didn't understand, Anirudh. Mitosis mean, themselves means what? Sir, algae can be halophyte. Yes, halophyte simply means the organisms present in the salty area. It may be algae or it may be angiosperm also. Okay. Okay, thank you. Aniruddha, I didn't understood. Okay. Okay then. Okay then, guys. Bye bye. Bye bye. Vishal, you can close the class, YouTube class. Okay. Chirant, you raised your hand. 1 minute. Bye bye. Thank you. Chirant, alternation of generation. We will see that tomorrow. Okay. We will again see that, and